The end of season awards are out. Mikel Arteta is nominated for Manager of the Month, and I think a couple of our boys, likewise, Manager of the Year. Likewise, a couple of our boys are obviously being nominated for the end of year awards where the players are concerned. Arsenal have been linked with West Ham's Mateus Fernandes, who almost gave us a heart attack if he would have scored. Big up David Raya. In my opinion, David Raya's got a great shout for Player of the Year. I don't know why Saliba's not been nominated. Mikel Arteta has given his press conference, and I haven't read a damn word of it yet, but some of them journalists are moving like timbers back in it. So I'm ready to have my heart broken. We know Benjamin White's out for the rest of the season. We don't know, but we do know what's going on with Timber. And available at this moment in time, it's looking like a mascara thing. And of course, 3 games away from a double, 2 games away from winning a Premier League title. Beat Burnley, beat Crystal Palace, left foot in front of the right, and everything takes shape. So, yeah, we're going to go over that, people. Smash the like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And obviously, in some cases, good night. Appreciative to you lot that are here with me, obviously, live. And obviously, those of you that no doubt watch it on the replay. DG Nation, I love you a lot. I love you a lot, man. Come on, Marvel. Appreciate you. Marvel, better yet. Appreciate you, man. Derek, Pot, appreciate you lot as well, man. And of course, Michael, man. We got all the family here. Big up you lot, people. So, yeah, man. And Linz, and everybody else. Family. So, yeah, man. Why waste time? We might as well crack on. Let me just have some water. I feel like I'm recovering from a short illness, man. It feels like I just randomly got ill when the sun went away. We're live, S. Big up Hyper as well. As the man has said, smash the like button. So, first things first, if I share my screen with you guys, if it will let me, you obviously know where the Premier League's concerned. Well, that I was doing something for another video. That's actually not this season. Thank the Lord. It's actually this 2 points. There's no margin for error. Every game's a cup final. All of that kind of jazz that we've been saying. We need some new slogans because that was all relevant and prevalent in the last month or so. You can obviously see what we're playing for. I hope Bournemouth do a job at this moment in time. Obviously, the hate along failed against Crystal Palace. Let's just do our job, man. I wouldn't even say, I don't like this whole teams doing favors stuff, but we win our games by the skin of our teeth. We're Premier League champions. We're 180 minutes away from that. Pardon me. It's crazy, isn't it? City got 8 draws. We got 7. Both teams have 5 L's apiece. City inflicted 1 on us. And that's why we should have beat them at the Emirates, man. But it is what it is, people. Let's crack on. Choose your Barclays manager of the season. You have Keith Andrews, Mikel Arteta, Michael Carrick, Pep Guardiola, Areola, and Lebris. I can't say his name now. Obviously, if Pep Guardiola or Mikel Arteta win the Prem, I think they get it. I think Carrick deserves to be nominated. Man United were a shambles. They obviously went out of every competition, lost to Grimsby, and now they've got Champions League football, which as a minimum had to have been their target. So Carrick deserves it. Sunderland Gaffer Defo deserves it. I know they've kind of slipped off a bit, but at one point it looked like they could get Europe. They were a team that probably people thought was going to be in a relegation fight. They've overexcelled. The work that's being done at Bournemouth is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous what Bournemouth do. Areola's going to obviously leave. Give them 2, but can we get one last victory against Manchester City, please? Pep Guardiola is going to be Pep Guardiola. Mikel Arteta, if we finally end our 20-year drought of winning the Premier League. For me, though, I'm not going to lie, I'd give it Keith Andrews. I would give it Keith Andrews purely because you've got to look at structure in it. So I have to take away from Keith Andrews before obviously I apply. You look at Brighton, doesn't matter who their gaffer is, they're still maneuvering how you need to maneuver. And there's a couple of other clubs. Equally, you look at Chelsea, they've had a number of different managers, whether they've been a success or not. You look at post-Alex Ferguson over the years at Man United, they've had some, obviously nobody rates him now, but Ten Hag's stock was high, Amarin's stock was high. They had Jose, they had Louis van Gaal, haven't been able to get Manchester United back to where they need to be, obviously. So that tells you that it's not just the manager, it's those above and all around the football club. So I think Brentford have that, because what you can't take away from Brentford, they lost Thomas Frank, who, yeah, people can pretend they don't rate him, but he was seen as one of the best of the rest. They lost Visa, lost Embuemo, lost Norgard, probably seen to be fighting for relegation, and they could get into Europe. So they've overexcelled. And you got to remember, this is Keith Andrews' first job, from being a set piece gaffer to what he's doing now. I would give it to him personally. I would go him first, Sunderland gaffer second, and I'll have to go Mikel Arteta third if we win the league, innit? So, yeah, we all know it's going to whoever wins it. It's between Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta, although stranger things have happened, people, like with that journalist award that somehow Bruno won. So, yeah, man, Michael Carrick, man, I'm going Carrick. Boy, you bet, hey, Man United fans, don't let us win this title, because suddenly I'm going to turn the spotlight on. 10 plus years, biggest club in the land, ain't won the Premier 10 plus years. Woof. in uncomfortable conversations. Evening, hope you're good, brother. I'm good, man. Hope you are as well. I can't wait for the parade after we do the double listen. Left foot in front of the right. The past brings regrets. The future brings uncertainty. Let's just focus every day, putting the best possible version of ourselves. First stop is Burnley, then is Crystal Palace. The Champions League finals on ice. Confirm this Premier League title. Then I can give kind of conversation towards the Champions League, which I said it yesterday. It's going to be a weird, big up forwards, by the way. It's going to be a weird one psychologically because I've seen us go a goal up. I've seen us be 15, 16 minutes away from winning it. I've seen us have a great run. I've seen dodgy refereeing decisions. So it'll be a weird one psychologically for me. Like what? It's 20 years removed from the last time we was there. So this will be our second time in our history. I was 11 years of age. Quite a lot of life has happened since then, isn't it? A club as big as Arsenal, we should have been having a Champions League or two. Should have been picked up one Europa League or something. Like the European record is a shambles, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, man, we have to cross that bridge when we get there. Where is my tweet? Sorry, folks, because there was a tweet from me. That's it. Part that off. We're gonna need that soon, people. Don't watch nothing. Now I've just fucked it out. Where the hell were we? I think we was here. So yeah, man, that's who you lot's candidates are for such people. What's this? Player of the season, you got Bruno Fernandes, Gabriel Magalhaes, Morgan Gibbs-White, Erling Haaland, David Raya, Declan Rice, Semenyo, Igor Thiago. For me, I don't know how Saliba's not there. Magalhaes has obviously been quality this season, has actually rescued us a lot of points and had some clutch moments. David Raya has been mustard, so he deserves it. Rice, the same. Morgan Gibbs-White's doing his thing. Haaland, you can't go around it, innit? Like, what he's doing is ridiculous. Semenyo with what he's doing at Bournemouth and how he's obviously continued at City, great. Bruno Fernandes, I'm not really one for this PR because half of these United fans didn't want him at the club, but I guess he did. Someone's got to be a rep. For me, I'd give it Igor Thiago. And I only say that because it doesn't shock me. Obviously, I'd love Arsenal to pick up all these awards, but you could say Semenyo as well. And I know I'm going against these players, but it doesn't surprise me that from an Arsenal perspective, David Raya is one of the best keepers in the league in the world. Rice in his position, Gabriel Magalhaes the same. Doesn't surprise me that they're up for this. The same goes with Erling Haaland with his goals. And, you know, it felt like he got 20-odd goals early, took a bit of a break. He's gone back to it, innit? 26 goals. Do you know how many strikers would bite your arm off in August to have that? And we're even saying Haaland could have cracked the 30-goal mark. So, yeah. Morgan Gibbs-White having a great season, to be fair. Probably count himself unlucky if he doesn't go to the World Cup. But, I'll give it Igor Thiago, man. And then Semenyo second. Because they're the only two that I could say, you know what, it kind of shocks me. Like Igor Thiago, you're up there fighting Haaland for the top goal scorer. So yeah, I'd have him there, people. We are going to get into that in just a second. But before we get into all of that, we do need to see what Mikel Arteta has said ahead of Burnley. On the injury front, you know, our two fullbacks, the focus is on Timber. Not quite sure for Calafiori. What has he said? Not much of an update. We still have a few days till Monday. We'll have to wait and see how certain players evolve and whether they're available or not. We need to look at alternatives. The two players that we have, they're not available at the moment. The good thing is we have experienced that all over the pitch this season because we had issues. Normally, they were in the same positions as well. We have managed still to find the high level, reading two things at once, right level of performance and consistency. So I'm sure we'll do that. Fair enough. On Ben White and his hopes for going to the World Cup, we have to wait and see. It looks like a long-term injury. At the moment, the focus is, can we have him back and be available for Arsenal? That's not going to happen in many, many weeks. On Jiri and Timber, he wanted to be very close to the team. He's progressed a little bit in the last few days. We're going to try to get him fit and available as quickly as possible, but let's see. He's been out for a while, unfortunately. He's such an important player for us. We all know that, and he's doing everything he can to help the team in any capacity. We know his leadership, his quality, and how much the team needs him. And then continuing, the gaffer said, we don't know whether he's going to be available now. We still have days ahead. Hopefully it's nothing serious, so we have to wait and see how he reacts. That's in relation to Calafiori. I don't know if the word is risk at the end. We have to make a decision because the circumstances require that. With Miles playing out of position, it was a bit different. It was a choice because of what we saw and what we believed that he could do and what the team needed. So what are we saying to that so far? Sorry, Fernandes, a United fan, and he ain't coming. What? Please, when is Timber coming back? Is Cala fit? My baller, Bruno. We're not making it about you, but they'll never have a goalkeeper player of this season. 100%, man. Get over the line, DG. You're moving like the Prem is wrapped up. You're just saying that and projecting. because the first 10 minutes of this live stream dispels that. Only 5 likes, 60 folks hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, unexpected high bills. Afternoon, or could Timber really be back for the UCL final? Sounds like it, but I mean, based on how the media are reporting what Arteta is saying, I can't see anything there. Maybe if we look at his full comments, we'll see something. On the City game yesterday, which it would have been lovely for Palace to do us a favour, it wasn't going to be the case. Arteta is obviously going to reiterate the message that, listen, what City do or don't do is their business. We know what we need to do in these next 2 games. We've kind of gone over the team news on possible plans for Tuesday. We prefer just to beat Burnley. That's it. Again, I'm sorry, we're not thinking about that type of thing. The only focus is Burnley and winning the game. That's the thing we can control. The team is really present. It's just living the moment. It's emotionally in a really good state. I think it's the right one. We have most players available now. Okay, we lost Ben the other day, but the other ones are coming back as well. Everybody is so enthusiastic and so positive about the way we can finish the season. On goal difference, I mean, you never know. Stranger things have happened. But for me, it's a points thing. First of all, you have to earn the right to win the game. Obviously, you can make the difference with more goals. That's obviously even better. But we're all playing very tough matches. We had a tough match against West Ham. We managed to win it. It was a great feeling, but we know how ideally that scoring goals is going to be important. Bro, I don't care about West Ham's disallowed goal, bro. I'll be real. Like, I'll be absolutely real. Like, it's happened now. If it shags us, when it goes against us, it goes against us. When it goes for us, it goes for us. Arsenal fans, going back to Mike Dean and beyond, we've been at front line of refereeing. And a lot of these people don't really want justice. It's just the fact that Arsenal benefited for such. You know, you look at certain content creators, they tuned into Arsenal West Ham for Arsenal tears. Obviously, they ended up crying themselves. There's a lot of inconsistencies. That same goal that was disallowed could happen in the next Premier League game, and it could be allowed. There's so many. I've seen my players' calves booted, like where Saka's concerned. I've seen the ball against Newcastle. Actually, last season, or was it the season? No, it wouldn't. See, last season, the season before against West Ham, the ball's gone out of play. Newcastle are doing the same. We're told to get on with it. This season, Gabriel Magalhaes gets a free kick in the Spurs game away at Newcastle. It wasn't given. PGMOL are never going to have consistency. It adds to the talking points. It adds to the controversy. That is the product of the Premier League. Don't believe me? Ask yourself this simple question. They say this is the best and most competitive league, right? You've got various individuals from several different nations. Well, nations all over, whether that be fans, whether that be various jobs around the stadium, executives and, boardroom positions, players, physios, managers. It don't really matter if you're English or somewhere else. If you're good, you're good. If you're the best in paper, clubs want you in it. Why have you still got the same old bunch of Premier League referees? 9 times out of 10 them from up north. Think about the TV rights and all the money. Really, these are businessmen. This is here by design, but it's neither here nor there. On Ben White missing the World Cup, I think we've gone over that. Obviously, we need to find alternatives, and it kind of is what it is. On whether he watched the game last night, no, I was at a sponsored dinner. It was good with Emirates, very good, very nice people. You definitely had it on your phone, but it's cool, man. And if you didn't, maybe your son or something was pinging off your phone. On goal difference being a factor, I think it's part of the narrative. There are various options, and this could be one of those. It's a factor that is important from the start of the season. We know that the difference is so small. If you can make the difference bigger in your favor, obviously we want to do it. On Monday's game being at home, it's the schedule that we have. Obviously, it's been extremely demanding from the beginning. The team has coped with that in a really fantastic way. There is no choice. We have the opportunity, and our supporters, it's going to be a Monday night. Let's take it in a really positive way. Hopefully, we do something incredible with our supporters. We can replicate any of that. We've gone over Calafiori. On Mascara, there are different options. Really? There are different options? It feels like we're down to our bare bones. In relation to the opponents as well, I want to do not only 1, but 2 or 3 options, because games can vary. Players can pick up an injury. I don't know. I want to be flexible on that. On what has pleased him the most about this season, probably the capacity to adapt to very difficult and demanding circumstances and still perform and win the number of games that we've done. On the different pressures of leading the table, the last few years have been different. We think we've been in both positions. It's what it is. I think the fact that we've been at the top for a long time shows the level of consistency and how well the team has done. We're still there in this league. It's where we are. It's where we are now more than ever. Obviously, we want to finish in that position. Anyone disagree with the gaffer so far? I don't think you can really, but yeah, it is what it is. Hope something works in our favor, because it's been bells of waiting. As a United fan, only way Arsenal win the Champions League finals if you give them the ball and frustrate them. Don't be too expansive and nick a goal from a corner or free kick. Don't try beating fire with fire. Listen, the Champions League final is on ice. Burnley is my Champions League final. Crystal Palace is my Champions League final. When them 2 games are done, we can deal with the actual one. If that goal was allowed, we'd have had to deal with bottle talks. Moral of the story: don't let it go to the refs, because when you remove the emotion, Arteta, when you put Rice right back, things change. Boys, foot was off the gas after starting well. Football's decided in both ends. Obviously, I couldn't have predicted that technically the ball would have been in the back of the net, or like the VAR stuff. But if you go and watch my watch along, the corner we gave away, I was very vexed about that. Control the controllables. And I told you, look, as I said, I couldn't have predicted the game was going to end up like that. I just had a sneaky feeling West Ham away. It's one of those it's one of them kind of games. Control the controllables. Don't give a ref a decision to make. On another day, I might even be more angry at Calafiori's early chances, if I'm brutally honest. So yeah, I think Timber is fine to play, but he's being safe for the final. But is that the best? Because when last did we see Timber kick a ball for our club? And then you're going to ask him to start a final. Surely you got to shake off some elements of the ring rust. I'm nervous for Burnley. Man City has really turned up, so we need to improve on that Man City Palace fixture. The British media will give it to Rice first unless City snatches the title from Arsenal. Bro, we just need to win the game, bro. That's it. Raya deserves player of the season. Big up SI. Boston, one love. SI, one love as well. For some reason, the journalists are always biased towards Man United. That's the reason Bruno won that award. Have you noticed they never get criticised in the media? I do think they get criticised in the media. I actually think Man United get a lot more love in the media, and they've got a lot more of their powers. But I think Arsenal get slated first, and then it's Man United second. I think certain clubs are media darlings. Dermot, where you been, man? As my guy SI said, patting up the likes. But yeah, let's crack on with this, man. Yeah, we've gone over that. On the supporters meeting the team coach before the game. I loved it. I think all the players have loved it. I think he brings an energy connection. What? Who's he? The team coach? With them that we haven't experienced before. The whole preparation and whole atmosphere showed that the level of meaning was higher, and the level of implication and desire and passion from our supporters was different as well. It really helped. I think they probably needed to proofread that, but nonetheless, let's move on. The players were in the other bus, but I could see straight away all the staff and everyone was there looking at each other. I said, wow, we're taking this now to a different level. Just look at the engagement, the passion, the enthusiasm of our fans in their eyes. I think that was something. On what has changed after the City defeat, it was a reset moment. The performance was there. I think we deserve much more than what we got out of the game. I mean, if you're talking about the Etihad game, I agree. Definitely not the final. But we used that as fuel to be even more convinced and to understand what we've done up to now is fine. Let's learn every bit of it. And now let's use it for the last 5 games. That's what remains. We have every chance to go and do it. On Timber's fitness, we've kind of gone over that. We've gone over the adapting thing. No, I don't think we've gone over this. That goes back to recruitment as well, with the necessities and the demands that the players have nowadays. We need players who are comfortable, able, and have the qualities to perform in different positions. And that goes for every club. Otherwise, it becomes really difficult, especially when you've been hit with injuries in the same position for a long period of time. It would have been unsustainable, but the team has done in that sense, I think, is remarkable. On Calafiori potentially playing right back, I think the sample is so tiny. It's very difficult to judge a player when he has low minutes. Declan Rice, when he's played as fullback against Brighton, was exceptional. But then the other night, it was something else. It depends. The sample is still so little. It will remain so little from here to the end of the season to judge if a player is good enough who can perform in the position and what is the cost of moving that player from one position to the other. That's the balance that we need to find. On whether he can take a risk at right back, I think we did go over that. On whether he's a father figure to the younger players, I'll be real, you probably are, but I don't really care for that at this moment in time. You know, what's already understood doesn't have to be explained type shit. On whether he treats everyone the same in the dressing room, blood. Journalists, man. Fucking hell. Like, no one can ask, actually, like, what's the point? You lot are telling me you woke up at 5, 6 in the morning, showered, took your kids to school, got on either the train, the bus, a cab, drove all the way to Arsenal's training ground for you lot to ask these almost collapsed myself there. These stupid questions. Like, come on, man. Of course you're gonna treat everybody the same to a degree. What the hell? Like, come on. Anywho, on whether Timber has a chance to play this season, there's a chance, but how big the chance is, I cannot tell you. I'm being completely honest. He's going to try to do everything he can to convert that chance as high as possible in the shortest possible period, and that's the challenge ahead. On whether he feels he has one hand on the trophy, we ain't got no hands on that prem until we actually got hands on that prem. Nothing's decided. We could run away with it. isolated to the points available. City could catch up. There's no margin for error. It's all right to dream about lifting it. It's not our reality. The fat lady ain't sung yet. She is warming up her vocals. Everything has to go into these two games. I'm even seeing people sit there and say, oh, I see someone tweet, oh, we can't afford. Bearing in mind, we got Burnley before Palace. People saying, oh, we can't go full strength against Palace because what about the final? Are you mad? We are so close to getting our first bit of silverware for 20 odd years. Blood, tomorrow's problems are tomorrow's problems. Fucking bring this Prem home. And that goes to everyone. Strongest team out there. We ain't got, you lot know I'm a big fan of Zubimendi. Ain't got time to carry him. Looks like a little boy that's been lost in the supermarket. Don't know where his mum is. The team is picking itself. Obviously, if Calafiori was fit, you could make a case of that. For me, that should be the biggest debate. Is it Nkapia? Is it Calafiori? For me, it should be Nkapia at this moment. I don't want to hear none of that. I think the contribution comes first is about Spanish coaches. From the opportunity given by this country, this league, to a lot of foreign managers to fulfill a dream. Arsene Wenger said it. And to give them the chance to do what they love the most in the best league in the world, in my opinion. And that's it. Then it's football. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think we are very grateful, especially the way we get treated here and the opportunities that's given. On what makes the difference for Spanish coaches? The players, because they're the most important ones. The players are the ones who make the difference. I have no doubt about that. Bro, we ain't got trust. Boy, we ain't, bro, man, I talk about rotation. We ain't got time for that. Big up Max Dowman. He won Premier League Homegrown Award. And again, whether it's Max Dowman against Everton, Eze in the North London derby, Gyökeres with what he's doing now. Bro, this can't be in vain, man. We need to win this thing. Obviously, VAR is a talking point. And Paul Tierney has been appointed referee for Arsenal versus Burnley on Monday. James Bell is on VAR. Do not give the refs a decision to make. Put the ball in the back of the opponent's net. We have been linked, people, with Mateus Fernandes. You would see in February, I said, Fernandes of West Ham, surely one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. He's been linked with us. Now, I'm not going to read too much stock. He's been linked with us, PSG, Man United. I'm sure he would love to go to either of them clubs. I'm sure all them fans would like to have him. You get where I'm going. And it's widely led to believe, and I felt regardless of whether West Ham stay in the league and Spurs go, or they get relegated, he's gone. At 21, he's got it all, man. He's got it all. Facts, there's free game. Bro, there's no rotation. Unless it's extreme, like extreme cases. Rotate for what? And do what? Man out here screaming every game's a cup final. Where's the rest against Burnley? Granted, if that happened, I don't know, in March, then I could give thought to that. You're going mad. People don't know what they're talking about. This chat talking about full strength, but will complain when Zubi ends up starting before the game. But to be fair, you could argue Zubi's still a full strength side. At this moment in time, I think Miles Lewis-Skelly and Rice is what it is. But Zubimendi's been one of the first choice midfielders, isn't it? So if he goes out there, he goes out there. If Zubi starts, everyone will complain. I'll complain. But the main thing is the 3 points. These 3 games are finals. Our best is to be out there for all 3, not even a question. Facts. Best moment of the season provided by Mad Max Dowman. That goal was fire. Whoever is killing it in training, they must start. I don't care if they have 5,000 minutes on other legs. People are saying don't go full strength. Is man mad? Bro, they clearly mad. I don't know what they're doing. Lately, many journalists, even the good ones, have been a disappointment these past few weeks. Bro, they're going after every Arsenal content creator and media platform. They're going after Trossard. They're going after the club, which, to be fair, like the club should be bankrolling the fans, the staff to go to Budapest. And many of other things, people. Pat, one love. Praise you always, man. Big up the Kenyans, them. 876, my boy. Appreciate you. It's dark, forcing injured players to play. I guarantee you go through them 20 teams, yeah, the 20 teams in the Premier League. Show me a player that's not injured. Obviously, you got the obvious injuries. Show me a player that hasn't got some level of a knock. I'll be very surprised if Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, even David Raya, they're not carrying some knocks. There's a lot of wear and tear. At club level, a couple of these men have played probably, 50-odd games. Throw in the internationals, where are we? And that's always going to be the case. And then they've got more games. And before they know it, they blink and the Premier League season starts again. These men are guinea pigs, man, unfortunately. Let's see what the Sun is saying as well. Wait, hang on. Yeah, let's read this and then get back to the Fernandes thing. Kind of messed up the order of things, people. As you saw, I was playing around with things. But we'll go again. Arsenal face a fight with Porto if they want to sign midfielder Victor Fowhold this summer. The 20-year-old has enjoyed a fine season and helped Porto win the Portuguese top flight, scrolling all the way down. That sparked interest from clubs all over Europe, and Arsenal are one of those that have scouted the Dane. The Gunners are in the market for a new midfielder this summer, as Norgard is expected to be on the move. Porto, however, are determined to keep hold of for a hold for at least one more year and are optimistic they can. The midfielder who joined Porto last summer for around 20 million from Copenhagen has 4 years left on his contract. His contract also has a release clause worth 70 million, and Porto have been buoyed by the fact that he's currently not pushing to leave. I mean, he probably not finished unpacking all of his boxes in his yard. And 70 million, we're not going to do that, innit? We'll try and negotiate lower. Apparently, earlier this month, he said, I already feel at home in Porto and I'm very happy. I'd love to continue here next season, playing in the Champions League for Porto. He's also been linked with, as well as Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle United, and Manchester United people. The Portuguese champions accept that one day they may leave, but hope that time is not quite yet. Obviously, we know there's been a recruitment drive in Scotland and South America and all those things. And apparently, we're among the clubs that are keen on Leicester City wonder kid Jeremy Mongo. If it's up to me, get that done. Irrelevant. Obviously, Edwin and Holger Quintero took part in training. Obviously, they can't join us permanently yet. Atletico Madrid have been fined 15,000 euros for throwing toilet paper onto the pitch in the first leg. Big up Max Dowman. We spoke about him. And of course, we should be hungry for success. Didn't really learn anything there. What's this? Arsenal are interested in signing Leicester wonder kid Jeremy Mongo. I would even let him stay and play in League One, if I'm honest. We've spoken about him before, so go and get that done. Arsenal apparently are on course to win the 2025-26 title with comfortably the lowest proportional of goals scored in open play among all Premier League champions. That's great. Just make sure I got my parade booked. Do you not remember Dangote, the Nigerian billionaire? I'm a big Arsenal fan. Yes, I nearly bought the team. Really? If I nearly bought the team, did you bid? Did Kroenke at any point sit down with you in one of them fancy restaurants? And I must admit, we've come a long way from getting excited whenever this youth was linked with us. Who's the other one that was always linked with us, man? The Spotify done. Yeah, the Daniel Eck or something is dead. When I was focused on buying Arsenal, I was also focused on the refinery get to its completion. At the time, Arsenal was about $2 billion. So I asked myself, should I put up my $2 million in Arsenal? At the time, Arsenal was worth about $2 billion. So I asked myself, should I put my $2 million in Arsenal and allow the business to suffer, or continue the business and continue to remain a very big supporter of Arsenal? I don't think 2 million would have got you far, but fair enough. So I decided to continue to support them, watch their games. Anytime Arsenal plays, I always wear the jersey. I'm a fan. It's better I remain as a fan and continue to fund my business. And today they're worth billions. It's not worth the while. And on top of that, Kroenke showed no willingness to want to sell. We did see it, but once again, Arsenal are open to selling Norgard, who has only played 56 league minutes since his move from Brentford last summer. I can't lie, Arteta, you're violating. If you're going to the game on Monday, greet the coach has come out. So yeah, go and bring your boots and your dinners and everything else, Arteta said. Mateus Fernandes wanted by Arsenal, clip it, and West Ham may have to sell. Portuguese 21 joined from Southampton last summer, but if Nuno's side go down, the club will have little chance of hanging on to the talented midfielder. He's cutting anyways. And if you're a West Ham fan, you're probably braced to accept what Bowen's gone, he's gone. I reckon Mavropanos could get a move to another Premier League team. I'd like to see him at Bournemouth, funny enough. Or even Palace. Arsenal are interested in signing West Ham United's Mateus Fernandes as they look to reshape their midfield this summer. The Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta likes versatile players, and the 21-year-old midfielder can play deeper or further forward, which has contributed to him scoring 5 goals and claiming 4 assists across 40 appearances this season. And we all know, people, he almost scored against Arsenal. So you know what? That might get you some brownie points. Before Fernandes joined West Ham for an initial 38 million from Southampton last summer, he had interest from 10 clubs, including Atletico Madrid, and he's likely to attract similar attention now. PSG are interested in him as well as PSG are interested in him as well as Atletico Madrid forward Julian Alvarez, who's another target for Arsenal this summer. Yeah, we're not getting Alvarez, people. Arteta has tended to prefer younger signings with Premier League experience. Okay. Fernandes signed a 5-year deal with an option of a further year at West Ham. The deal included Southampton retaining a 15% sell-on clause, and they received 4 million in add-ons. West Ham do not want to sell Fernandes if they stay up, but they would have little choice but to do so if they are relegated to the Sky Bet Championship to ensure they stay within financial rules. As we just said there, people, Arsenal are open to selling Norgard. 56 minutes is a vial. I'll be brutally honest. I think he's way better than that. But if we win the league, I don't really care. Arteta clearly doesn't trust him and rate him because Rice and Zubi have been running to the ground. It took probably Zubi just to look fucking shit as much as I love him, for Lewis Skelly to get a go of things, people. So yeah, we know Partey didn't extend his contract here, and we know Jurrien Timber faces a race to recover from a groin injury to play against PSG. He's not played for 2 months, so yeah, even if he plays against PSG, surely he ain't got 90 minutes. Yeah, so it's Mascara and inshallah, really. I'm a big fan of Fernandes. Fernandes of West Ham, one of the Premier League's most underrated players or not. I was for that. Arsenal staff have reportedly been angered after the club offered them travel to the Champions League final for £859. Can't lie, man. Football is it's nothing without the fans and the people there. And when we talk about being together and we're all one club, listen, it's not my money to be telling people what to do with it, but I think that's foul, especially because PSG are bankrolling. So yeah, Declan Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, and obviously David Raya have all been nominated for Player of the Year award where the Premier League is concerned. Not sure what's that's there. There's also talks of the Emirates expanding, folks. Arsenal are in talks with Poplars, the architects behind the original Emirates Stadium design, as they weigh up how best to expand their 60,000-seater home. Sources familiar with the process insist all options remain on the table, from major works that would likely require a temporary move away to smaller hospitality upgrades aimed at increasing revenue. What do we make of that? Don't forget to smash the like button. Well, he missed that 1v1 so he can come to the parade. Why is Michael Carrick in the Premier League manager of the season votes when he's only managed for 15 games? You'd have to talk to them, but I think he deserves to be there. You could argue there's a couple others, but United were a mess. He's got them Champions League. Fair enough if he's nominated. I think the Sunderland and Brentford gaffers deserve what they're doing. Naturally, Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta are going to be there. Who else could you make a case of? I wouldn't quite have him there, but you could say Daniel Farker, because it felt like, just for me, it felt like Leeds were shit. They were shit. There was aggressive rumors that he's going to be sacked. I don't know. I wouldn't know the word, but you see when it goes from rumors to like there's actually the legitimate whispers, and it felt like when that happened, he locked the fuck in. Alvarez will end up at Barca or PSG. I agree with that. Still, Fernandes be a good signing. But yeah, it's Wanyeri and Norgard leaving, so there'll be a replacement, maybe 2. Yeah, 2 million. Bro, they must have made a typo. 2 million's not going anywhere. 2 million. They must have made a typo with the quotations. 2 million. Conky don't even get out of his bed for 2 million quid. Imagine we could all say that. DG, any word on us being linked to Owen goals and after review? We need those 2 again in 26, 27. Hope they're at the parade, my boy. We have to play our strongest team for all 3 remaining games. Every game's a cup final. Players play for injuries, but not at the rate Arsenal are using them. Big up, DG. Hope you're blessed. Right back at you. I think Raya should win Player of the Season. He has been class. The goalies never win it, though, man. Why are Arsenal looking at midfielders? Well, we should always be looking at ways to expand the squad. Zubi scored some goals and got some assists to get us here, put some... Bro, Zubi's problem is you've done the reverse of Eze and Gyökeres. Like, them man weren't really saying much in the first half of the season. Now second half, they've really gone. Where Zubi's started the season relatively well, and you've dropped off a cliff, really, which some of it is being overplayed, some of it is adapting to the league, some of it is you are just playing shit. I still believe in Zubimendi. I still think he's cold. What I would say is something I've maintained is when it's a chess match, and he's obviously made some individual mistakes, Spurs and United come to mind, shelled it down the last game against West Ham, and it's quite harsh that you look at the West Ham game at home and the one away, it's 2 different Zubimendis. But one thing I've always maintained with Zubi, when it's them typical British games, there's 2 sorts of typical English games at the moment, right? It's the end-to-end thing, it's basketball, it's mad. I don't like Zubi in those games. The kind of thing we've become accustomed to is mid-blocks, low blocks, the midfield's packed, there's not really much space, it's side to side, there's not really anything going on. He's in his element there. And for me, I just want next season, Zubi, Rice, Lewis Skelly, bring me if it was up to me, I'd say 2 in it. But one more midfielder that genuinely can compete / play, like they're likely to play in the pivot, whether that's Rice and Zubi, Miles Lewis Skelly and Zubi, Miles Lewis Skelly and Rice. I think we need one more of those. Then I'm not saying I want it, but we all know how unforgiving a Premier League season is. The Kai Havertzes, the Marinos, you might be able to just do a thing there. I want to say Wanyeri. I think he is going to leave, but in my opinion, but say Wanyeri. And then there's cute and clever things you could do with Odegaard and Eze. Ironically, we're talking about Zubimendi and we're also talking about West Ham. At the Emirates, did we not drop Zubi? Rice was in the 6 by himself. It was apologies, Eze and Odegaard. Obviously, Odegaard got a knock and he's been in issues. If Zubi is in the team, then he's in the team. All the man have got us here. I trust all of them to get us over the line. I hear that, but I want to see Miles Lewis Skelly and and Rice personally, but whoever goes out there gets supported, man. The mere fact Arteta is picking his last option in midfield and Skelly says a lot about his thoughts on Zubi. Really? You waited a whole year for him. Zubi Mendy's played more times than he's been on the bench. And you're also fundamentally wrong because the last option is Norgard. I see what you're doing there, though. Marino's also there. And all of Wanyeri's games for Arsenal this season have been in midfield. Put a like button on the video. Likes are so low for many people watching. You lot hate me, man. You'll miss me when I'm gone, you know. You'll miss me when there's no watch-alongs in that. I'll say I didn't warn you. To those of you who have hit the like button, appreciate you. We got 61 likes. We must be able to get to 100. But yeah, we need a stadium expansion in it, really. What's this? Arsenal and Chelsea, I defend the move, but Real Madrid control complete situation. Arsenal and Chelsea are both keeping tabs on Como's centre-back, Jacobo Ramon, but this is not a straightforward Premier League transfer chase. The 21-year-old Spanish defender has caught the attention after a strong season in Italy, yet Real Madrid still have a major say in what happens next. Ramon left Real Madrid for Como in 2025 in a deal worth 2.5 million euros, but Madrid protected themselves smartly. They kept a 50% sell-on clause and also secured a buy option. Pardon me, meaning they could potentially bring him back for a relatively low fee compared to what Premier League clubs have to pay, and they'll obviously indirectly get 50%. Reports in Spain said the buyback clause was structured across future windows, while newer reports claim the figure is around 8 million euros this summer. The situation is pretty interesting. Arsenal and Chelsea are both monitoring Ramon, but Como are reportedly valuing him much higher than Madrid's buyback clause. Some reports suggest Como would want 45 to 50 million euros, English tourist tax in it, really, if they were to sell him to a club like Arsenal or Chelsea. This is where the deal becomes more complicated. If Arsenal or Chelsea move for Ramon, Real Madrid could step in, activate their clause, and either keep him or decide his next steps themselves. They also have a 50% sell-on clause, so even if Como sell directly to the Premier League, Madrid would still benefit financially. Fair enough, decent for what I've seen, but fair enough, really. Manchester United are reportedly rivaling the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool for the potential transfer of Borussia Dortmund midfielder Jude Bellingham. As we know, he's the younger brother of Jude. Wouldn't say he set the world alight in Dortmund, if I'm honest with you. Can't begrudge you for going to Dortmund, and your brother went there, innit? And you probably saw firsthand what they could do. And you actually did well playing a lot of games in the Championship for Sunderland. I actually thought you would at least give a season with Sunderland in the Premier League, but maybe that's not what you want to do. According to Team Talk, this has Man United shown an interest in Bellingham as one of a number of options to secure their midfield. I mean, the last Bellingham they went for, it didn't work out. Brought Sir Alex Ferguson out and all the tricks. And yeah, once Madrid come in. Jude Bellingham has suitors, but Dortmund don't want to sell. He had a tough first half of the season, didn't he? He's turned it around. 20-year-old's got 4 years on his Dortmund contract. I'm trying to go through the Jazz people. But yeah, we've been linked with him. We'll have to see that. And we're being linked with Arda Güler, really. Bidding 90 million euros, really. If it was up to me, I would go for Güler if rumors were to be taken at face value. But come on, man. Sounds like some great ABS to me, and I know you lot as well. Apparently, Julian Alvarez has already decided to join PSG. Fair enough. What is that thing called? Because I'm sure I saw some more Arsenal rumors. Is it called Sports Witness? Oh. Let's see what that is. That's on the 6th of May, so that's old. But yeah, where's that? Man United and Arsenal are now emerging as two clubs most strongly positioned for Maitland Holligeman. I can't say his name, but he's the sporting captain. And I swear he's got an Arsenal tattoo as well. The sporting captain expected summer exit increasingly likely, looking like a straight Premier League battle. In recent weeks, Man City had emerged to be the leading the race after reports in Portugal. Fair enough. United have been thrown into it. So yeah, man, we're getting to that. Like the season's about to done, innit? So we are getting to that period where the nonsense starts and the rumors mill starts flying and whatnot, people. So it is what it is in that regard. You know, I can't say that name. It's a 4-3-3, but I can't be explaining the same thing year after year. Then people gonna ask why the attacking mid is playing the. What are you referring to there? Where? Arteta realised he can't trust Zubimendi of recent. That's why Skelly's done. Hey, man, but that's what we wanted. I just said that. Don't carry pack. We ain't got time to carry, man, bro. The team is picking itself. Zubi, the quality's there. You're feeling sorry for yourself. And I know it's a confidence thing because That you shouldn't have come on against West Ham anyways, but that pass that went off for like Eze or someone, come off. This is what a squad's about. I've seen players do that at Arsenal before, City sides as well. It's even happened to Cherky. He was in his pomp. You're a bit of a forgotten man at City. You come back and do your thing, bro. We ain't got time. This ain't the time in the season to carry people. Saliba stepping up, Gabriel stepping up. It's unfortunate Benjamin White's got injured, but even his last, the second leg against Atletico or whenever, like he's finding his form. Nketiah typically picking himself. Obviously, big up Calafiori. You see where I'm going, innit? Like they're picking themselves. We ain't got time for it. Everybody's feelings to the side. Look at this Jerry guy, man. Still drunk after Congo made the World Cup. It's all right, though, because you're on my hit list when we win the Prem. And you see when Congo go out of the World Cup, I know you're always going to say, no, but Jamaica didn't make it. Is Timber actually coming back? We pray to God, man. Have you seen Rice's top 3 candidates for Ballon d'Or? Do you think if we win the double, he'll win it? I hope so, but no. The World Cup's going to take precedent anyways. No matter what happens, not just for Arsenal, anyone in them kind of shouts. Like, whoever wins the World Cup's going to grab that. Plus, I'll be real. I'd love Arsenal to win the Prem, win the champs. Saka's up there for awards. Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice. Obviously, some people's form isn't there, but me, the team comes first. I just want to see them get that fancy, I don't even know if it's a pen, but the pen where they write on the trophies, Arsenal 2025, 26, that's my thing. That is what I'm on. But imagine the agendas if Rice won Ballon d'Or, though. No one could chat to us. I ain't seen an Englishman win that. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. What do you think about Yildiz? In terms of quality, he's needed, but so I would do it. But I don't think he's the profile we need. I would make it happen, but I actually don't think he's the profile we need. No, Joel Bellingham, when there are tons of midfielders. Question, DJ, you doing more work with ITV for the World Cup? Find out for me, man. Hey, Ollie, behave yourself. Behave yourself. Fuck you off about behave yourself with that Jamaican slander. I could never. We're too wavy for Dangote. Too wavy. Don't make us go Nigeria and collect things. Allow it. To all those who are just watching, have you subscribed? We're pushing to get DJ to 75k. We're almost there. Rob, you're far too kind. I just feel a long season has caught up with Zubi. He needed to freshen up. Probably, but footballers lose form, bro. Like, they lose. Rice has lost form at times. Not to that extent, but man, lose form. Ended it out. How many times do I say to you, lot? Yeah, within reason. My thing is, if your name is not David Raya, Saliba, Gabriel, Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, if I haven't made that clear, obviously you lot could all be dropped if your form's iffy, but you're the nucleus you're the spine of our team, the nucleus. You are the guys. If your name is not being said, I rate a number of you slightly below. Timber as well, as well is added to that list. They're up there for me. There's a couple man I rate here, there's a couple man I rate down there, but it's all subjective. It's just not banging for you, Zubi, right now. And the collective comes first. If Zubi comes out and when he comes back in, he looks better. Granted, that never happened against West Ham. If Lewis Kelly gets his opportunity and takes it, this is what man need. We're looking at 50 games, season in, season out, if we go all the way for clubs. It's impossible to expect a man to do it forever. You were doing your thing in the first half of the season. You picked yourself. You're not doing that right now. These are whoever is starting, they are the starters. Apparently, Calafiori was in training. We need that, man. I can't lie, though, man. One more season of Calafiori's injuries, I think my opinions will start changing because I know injuries can happen, but there's just some that are going to get knocks. And I will be watching left back heavily next season, as well as fullback. Zubi may have dropped off because of the off-pitch stuff. You see the way the players are all treating him. Yeah, there is that element, which I hope that isn't the case. Obviously, I hope it's all football, but I have also thought that. And do you know when you mentioned the off-field stuff, yeah? That made me think about Trossard because well, at least the first half of the season, I was saying, like we used to say on this platform, I was saying that I don't think I've learned anything new. The only surprise has been like them times there, first half of the season, Martinelli was kind of doing his thing. I would say Trossard was the one. And if you remember, Trossard, the first, very decent first half of the season, 2026 came, he's off the boil. Obviously, collectively, when we found our form in the last couple of games, he's done well. But West Ham, I feel he's arguably, if it's not David Raya, arguably he's man of the match. It made me think, like, is it because the divorce stuff? In the sense that football can, obviously, if you're on the pitch, you got a job to do and you can forget about it. But you got to also remember these men are human. You never know what half of these guys are going through. And you know what? Yeah, it's completely random. But I was so happy for Rashford to win La Liga, like away from the whole Man United banter. I'm happy for him because He's killed in the press here. He's won La Liga. They're not even, you know how this country is, isn't it? Once you go out abroad, they don't really care about you. They leave you alone. You live in your movie. You're scoring in El Clasico. Like, man, a human, man. We need to offload a couple, man, bro. I don't think everyone that we think is going to go, but Fabio Vieira, he can't be the first exit. I only say that because Reece Nelson needs to be the second. So if Fabio Vieira is the third exit, Reece Nelson needs to be the second. Gabriel Magalhaes, God forbid. Gabriel Jesus, it's been real, my brother. You got to go, bro. You got to go. You got to go. And my hot take is maybe not so much this summer, but there's a decisions that need to be made between Kai Havertz and Odegaard. Whether I like it, you like it. I'm not trying to have that discussion. They are key players for Mikel Arteta's system. They're on a lot of money. There's 2 years left on their deal. I don't think we're going to have an aggressive summer. Like, we're not going to sign 10 players, but you'd imagine some players are going to come in on decent wages. We're going to attempt to offload some. We brought in a lot of people last summer. Obviously, we've given out new deals to the Gabriels, the Salibas, the Bukayo Saka, the list, Wanyeri, Miles Lewis-Skelly. So the outlay is going up. And there's also talks of Raya's been given / going to be in talks for more improved terms. Trossard, that's happened. There's rumors around that with Declan Rice and Timber. This is the summer where, obviously, if we look at it from an Arsenal fan point of view, by God's grace, we win the Prem or the Champs. We're thinking, how do we build and do this again? This is the summer I think Berta's got to earn his money in terms of sales, because we've got to do both simultaneously, in my opinion. So, yeah, man. Offside trap, appreciate you, man. I don't want Alvarez anymore. He cannot play as a lone striker. Someone needs to give Arteta a cigar if he does the double. Full stop. Evening, Southampton could be thrown out of the playoff final for spying. Final has been delayed while investigating. Scummy from Southampton, isn't it? It's scummy from Tyler Harwood-Bellis for, mocking the stammer of Luke Ayling. Their manager, the Southampton manager's a bit of a see you next Tuesday. Obviously, the whole Spygate thing. Throwing he's not a little kid, he's 27, an intern under the bus. Boy, is what it is, man. D. Alvarez, 100 million euros clause is reasonable. I do believe a left winger is a priority. And if Arteta goes back to the quick transition team from 2022-23, VG will score more goals. I'd go for Krypti as backup. I'd love Krypti. Yildiz is not mid. Yildiz is not mid. We went over Timber. I have not given up on Zubamendi. He's just, right now, we can't carry you, bro. Like, my allegiance is with the football club. I know there's 3 games. And it's mad because if the Champions League final was tomorrow, Lewis-Skelly has to start. Do you think they spied on us? I don't know, man, because you know what? There are actually some reports. Come on, people. We got 79 likes. Can we get to 100? There are some reports that some clubs have filed complaints and whatnot. It does kill the integrity of their game, but yeah, man. PG Scott or Fernandes if you had to pick both. If Norgard leaves, hopefully both. What Scott? Bournemouth Scott. Alex Scott. For me personally, I'd say Alex Scott. For what I believe Arsenal need, Fernandes. Pardon me, wouldn't mind City winning the FA Cup as Chelsea won't be getting Europa. I thought we was all doing a hate along. I thought nobody. Why would we want Chelsea to win that? Unless it I want to do a hate along. We will be doing a watch along for that. I don't want Chelsea to win that. Obviously, I hope City players get a bit too drunk. You get it? So, yeah, man. It's Subi's first season. Fans need to relax. You're asking fans to be rational? Okay, I'm mad. Norgard will probably leave. Get rid of Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli, Trossard, Ben White. You know we're not flogging all of them in one market. I can't lie. Whether Zubi's form is poor, there's things going on in his personal life. He's tired, Arteta, this, that, and the other. It's probably all factors put into the recipe. End of the day, you're not doing the business. Like, you need to be on the bench. And unfortunately, as much as we want to be sympathetic, he deserves the arm around him, which the boys are doing, bro. Only you can pattern your thing, you know. Life is short. Fans, football is fickle. Man, we're on to Eze, love him now. Man, we're on to Gyökeres, love him now. People are still on to Saka. Does well against Fulham. Oh, fucking hell, that's the Saka back. People are waxing, certain Arsenal fans are gassing on him at the Weke. Now they're on him. Football's a fickle game. Oh, that's why we miss Odegaard. We're hating on him. It's going to be a brutal watch. I want the FA Cup final to go all the way to pens. Now, I think City are going to smoke them. What about Adam Wharton from Palace? Don't think he's the profile we need beyond the fact that he can play as a 6. quite slow. But if it was just on ability, if you are just asking me these questions on ability and do I like the player and would I like to see what he could do in an Arsenal shirt, million billion percent, million billion percent. But I just can't see us shelling out on that. Really, to be fair, we were linked with Tonali. Links are not truths, but if we took links for gospel and we were linked with Tonali and there was some element of truth, you got to be probably looking at similarly kind of fees. Timber back in training, wrap him in cotton wool, bro. Wrap him in cotton wool. Wharton does what we brought Zubi for, line breaking passes. Raya, player of the season, 100%. Smash the likes. Zubi on 55 games with 3 left. He usually plays 41 to 45 games a season. Also, can't forget the World Cup. The Zubi fatigue might affect Spain for the World Cup. Yeah, but I don't know. But to be fair, Rodri, I don't know if you're going to start for Spain because you're still Rodri, but you're not quite the same Rodri. But Zubi's not a starter for them like that. Zubi will come back strong, as I think he's been playing on a knee injury as he was withdrawn from the international break. I hear all of that, but then how do we know the players that are in form are not carrying knocks? Because I do always think that sometimes players are in great form, they're carrying knocks. Yeah, so it don't really matter, innit? Zubi will be the second fiddle, and you'll kind of see moments like you saw, obviously, when Zubamendi shut up this country when he came off the bench and put in a masterclass. End of the day, you're just going to have to get on with it. People, 13 more likes and we have 100 likes. Come on, if you haven't hit the like button or subscribed, what are you doing? If you have, God bless you. Big up the Twitch gang as well. Anything else Arsenal related? Keep your questions and talking points coming. Let's go here. Come on, man. Tell me something, man. Tell me Messi signing for us or something. I don't even know why I'm even invested in transfer links at this moment. What's this? All right. It says Man United lead Arsenal in Mateus Fernandes race. Fair play. How much are they going to get for him? What's this? Man, I'm not reading all of that, man. Someone's think piece. Man United have emerged as the front runners to sign Mateus Fernandes this summer, with West Ham star said to be extremely keen on the move after contact was made over the deal. Well, another one bites the dust. They're the strongest suitors. They've spoke to his reps. Doesn't say anyone else has. It says Arsenal showed interest. It says PSG have entered the race. You don't know, man. But he likes for what it's worth. It'd be a good signing for Man United. One area Man United can't afford to fuck about in is midfield. DG in the chat. Which current players are the most like? What do you mean most like? I say DG is a wait. What? DG in the chat. Which players are most like DG? I say DG is a mix of Big Gabby. I'm only 5'8", and Saka with a little Benny Blanco shithousery. I'm only 5'8". I can't be Magalhaes still, but good question. Huh? Max Dowman, me and him got the same tech. Now I'm chatting. I don't. I think I play like Timber in Sunday League. Personality, Magalhaes, Miles Lewis Skelly, Benjamin White. He's like Nonny. Yeah, acting. Surely this is the campaign Raya starts. And if not Raya, Garcia. Like, it can't be Unai Simon. But the last time Spain were in an international tournament, we were having these conversations. They played Unai Simon. They won it, innit? No point in getting Fernandes if we won't rotate better next season. Hopefully a year makes everybody wiser, innit? Jesus and Mascara. I don't mind Mascara. Norgard. I don't mind Norgard. You don't think you're funny, innit, pussies? I don't mind Norgard. Norgard's wavy. Norgard made you man cry a few years ago. Me as well. You think I won't blow myself up to get on you lot? Guy, I'm mad. I know the Man United man them have been watching more Arsenal than United, but trust us Arsenal fans watch the whole season from our team. Well, he's pissing you off there. So yeah, man. Anything else? City's next 3 fixtures, a cup final, but we should be in the FA Cup. I can't lie. Bournemouth away. I think I've changed my mind. I thought Bournemouth will get something. I don't think they will. Aston Villa, we just need to win our games. Aston Villa are going to skin out Batty. I think Aston Villa are going to get smoked. Like, I'll be real. Do you know what would be so funny? If Bournemouth gets smoked, and Aston Villa is the one team of their last 3-4, if you're including the FA Cup, that has actually done something. I just think Villa are going to get smoked, man. Emery hype. I ain't trying to hear that, man. Definitely not trying to hear that. Junior, appreciate you for being a member for 34 months. Justin Hoyt, DG the Justin Hoyt at Sunday League. Yeah, but you got a nose. You're a man with a nose piercing, dog. What now? I like how Arteta learns one single thing per season, but he needs to learn a lot more. Emre would score own goals, man. Come on, he hates us. I can see Bournemouth getting a draw. I'm on that. If they can get a draw, I'm on that. That's enough. Provided we do our jobs, I'm on that. I was mad optimistic. You know, in that stretch of games where you had, looking into it before we obviously got in this climate, where you had Everton away, if you're City, Crystal Palace, Brentford, Bournemouth. I didn't have Brentford to lose 3-0. I thought they would have made it more difficult. Bournemouth was the one I was thinking, yeah. And I must admit, maybe it's reactionary because I've really started to change my thoughts. If you was here for the watch along, my thoughts were kind of changing in that game where Palace obviously lost 3-0. I think they're going to deal with Bournemouth, man. I hope not. It's Areola's last game over there at home against City. Bournemouth, a nasty team to play against. Even when you win, you normally just get out of jail. And they've been like that for the last couple of years. I think Bournemouth are going to suck next season, though. I'll be real. I'll hold my L, but my early hot take, that Marco Reus guy, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. Emre ain't helping us for nothing. Right, you're moving mad. We do not rate that you and what he was doing. Bournemouth are chasing Champions League, massive game for them. I hope so, man. Yeah, man. Imagine Bournemouth get Champions League. They could do it in the next 2, you know. Emre could easily fuck it up against Liverpool and City. That's a nasty end to the season for Villa, though. City and Liverpool. I know it's not the same City side. I know Liverpool have shown they can be got at, but that's a nasty one. Interesting. Come on, hey, Chelsea is dark for you lot, you know. I actually think Spurs are gonna beat them for what it's worth. I can dunk a basketball, you can't. I can fuck your bitch. How about that? Like small like chop down big tree. Yeah, I could dunk a basketball. Just let me climb on a wall or something. I got a height advantage. Go and check it. 5'8". You got me with that one still. But can you be a fullback? No, dickhead. Bournemouth is a well-run club, and most people have been sleeping on how well-run they are. They are. Them, Brentford, Brighton, they all ran very well. I would say maybe not so much for Bournemouth, maybe not so much for Brentford, but if I was a Brighton fan, because they've kind of been doing it for a while, I'd be like, yeah, we get players, we got Premier League security, we sell players for profit, we play good football, we get good managers, but like we should be making more of an aggressive like meal for Europe. And to be fair, you can't even, things have to go a certain way, but Brighton as well can't be ruled out. Won't be surprised if they get an even better coach after Areola. I don't rate that Marco Reus guy, man. Bournemouth wake up for big games. They're going to get boxed, man. Brentford got cheated in the City game. We sure? Smith will start, unfortunately. Listen, let's big up yourself, but we just got to win our games, bro. That's my thing. We got 2 games. By hook or by crook, however you do it, that's it. I'm not interested in goal difference. It could come down to anything. I'm not interested in goal difference. I'm not interested in other people doing favors. Let's just win our games and cut out, man. Like, it is what it is. Did you see Pep shoot out with trophies? No. I don't want to see any more stats about Pep Guardiola has never, because I think there's one where he's never lost back-to-back league titles or some shit like that. I don't want to forget that. Only stats I want to see, how many minutes can Timber play? Have we got 6 points on the board, which we won't know until Monday? Big up you lot for 100 likes, people. We finally hit the target. I've got 5 aside, though, people, so I'm going to have to love and leave you lot. As usual, it's amazing. We've gone over Mikel Arteta's press conference. We've spoken about the other stuff. Saturday, FA Cup final watch-along. Sunday, we'll watch that. And Monday, we'll be here for Arsenal. Yeah, man, without you lot, it's dead, innit? So I appreciate you guys, man. You lot stay safe, stay blessed. Smash the like button on your way out. Check out the other content pieces. One love. Hey, Pot's telling, Pot with his nose piercing saying that he can dunk a basketball. Rise up the bits. Rise up the bits, puss. One love.